I think I'm live. I'm not sure. I need to rephrase this tab. It's telling me to stand by, but I think I'm live. So I'm going to refresh the tab, guys. Just hang on 1 second. Blah, 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 blah. I'm Greg from Greg's Tutoring, NYC@gmail.com. Yada, yada. Am I still good? Nope, it's saying I'm bad. Give it 1 second. And I seem to be live. Okay. I also tutor kids on the Hunter College High School test, and a specific question comes up each time. It's just, to me, it's a simple question, but it's annoying as heck. And it can come up on the SHSAT as well. So I figured I would try to tackle two things at once and cover this example. So let me make sure we're live. Yes, we're live still. Let me drag it onto the screen. Let me bring this up to here. Let's see, how can we do this? And we'll drag this down. This is actually two problems on this page. It's just a lot of work and it's ugly. And so what we're going to do is try two approaches to it. Both are fine. To me, one spends an awful lot of time on really what should be a simple question. This over here, these first two columns are the solution for the 3 and the 5 question that you should be showing on your screen right now. And the problem is, since it's 2 digits, you have to go up to 99 at the end. In fact, it doesn't even fit on the screen here. And you just have to write a lot of numbers. And I find kind of two problems happen here. One is that I often screw up a number, like I actually screwed up 12, counting by 3s. And sometimes I miss up another number, and it's easy to start counting off, and all of a sudden you're somewhere else. The second problem is you have to count a number of things that you do in each column, and often you can be off by 1 and even 2. There's just too many numbers to count here. And that's after producing all the numbers. And then you have to do a second column and do the same thing over and have the same issues. I actually think I made a mistake on this very last number, and it's just counting by 5s. And it's just kind of, it's almost tedious work, okay? I mean, it's still a mathematical solution, and then you have to remember at the top to cross off the single-digit ones. You could also not start there, which is fine. And I did it again for 4 and 7. So let's change the problem, and let's try to work on that so I can actually get it fitting in the screen. So we're going to do 4 and 7 instead of 3 and 5. Let me actually change that so nobody gets confused here. Just because it makes the example a little smaller. Okay. Let me just make sure we're live because I couldn't get connected at first. And even after I got connected, it told me I wasn't connected. Blah, 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 blah. Please like, subscribe. I do a whole bunch of videos. I'm currently doing a live stream. I am hoping every day covering the SHSAT 2017-18 handbook from cover to cover. We're definitely going to go through at least one test on those. So sub the channel. And let's have some fun. You have about 52 more days until the first day of the SHSAT. This is for 2009. I don't know how long this video is going to stay alive, but hopefully it goes into perpetuity. All right, so what we need to do is find out a 2-digit number that's divisible by 4 or 7. So we're just going to list out all multiples of 4. 4, 12, right? I even did that wrong. 4, 8, 12. This is why I don't like the solution. It's just too much going on. 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. And normally when you get a multiple, that's good. You know you're on track. Like it's 7s, you're going to end up with 77 at some point. If it's 5, that should be clear and so on. So 44 is a multiple 11, 48, just look for numbers you kind of know that's going on. 52, 56, 60, 64, 68, 72, 76, 80 is a good shot. We know 80 is divided by there, so we're on track. 84, 88, 92, and then 96, and the next is 100. That's too high. So the 4 and the 8 don't count here. So it might be wise to even not write them. All right. So what we need to do is find out how many of these we have. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Let me just confirm that's right. Right, there's 22 fours. So that's how many fours we have between 10 and 99, because it's asking for 2-digit numbers. So we're not included 1 through 9. Okay, so then we're going to do the same process for the 7s. So I'm not going to write 7. This is just my column header. So instead of crossing stuff out on the top, let's just number the. So we have 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49. So we know something like 7 something. So we're on track. 56, 63, 70. We know we're on track again. Times 10, 77, 84, 91, and 98. Is that correct? Is that where I should be ending off? Where's the 7? 98. So I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 sevens, is that right? Okay, so I'm writing this on here because if you go like this along here, you can do off by 1 easily. Now, once you're committed to writing down the number of these things, you have to make sure all the numbers are right in the first place. So we have, that means we have 22 plus 13 equals 35, okay? So we have 35 numbers that are divisible by 4 or 7. The problem is we're not finished here because there's duplicate numbers. It's basically the multiples of these, kind of like the 28s. So let's just run through and find out which is duplicates. And you're often best doing that by using the larger number because that list is smaller. Okay, so what we're just going to do is run through and find out matches. So 28 matches. Okay. 56 matches. 84 matches. And that's it. So we get 1, 2, 3 matches. So we have that twice, we counted it twice. So all we're going to do at the end is remove it. And then we're going to end up with 32. I believe that's the answer. I have it written down here somewhere. Yeah, 32. Okay, so that would be your answer for that. So this is really tedious, error-prone, and it just spends a lot of time. And this is one of those things that's not hard to do. It's just a time waster. And you need to solve your math problems in under a minute. We keep saying if you divide the whole test in, you have to really answer the questions about a minute and a half. But you don't even want to go to that point. You want to just bing, bang, boom this in a couple of seconds, all right? It turns out there's an alternative if for no other reason to do a double check. Now the problem with double checking, or problem with this is you probably already spent 2-3 minutes on it, and the double check's going to even spend more time. So this becomes a risk analysis. Do you want to do that or not? Okay, and then the alternate is, well, why don't we make the double check the main way to do it? Okay, all right. So let me show you how to do that. And so what we're going to do is break down, because we have 2-digit numbers. So if we go from 1 to the top number, it's 1 to 99. So what we're going to do is break that down into 2 pieces. We're going to go from 1 to 9, and then from 10 to 99. Okay? So what we're going to do is take each number and divide it by that range. So there's 9 numbers here, and there's 90 numbers here. Sorry, I'm misstating this. This is not what we're going to do. We're going to go from 1 to 99 for sure. But what we're going to do is get the whole range and then get 1 through 9 only. So we're going to get X and Y, and then we're going to subtract them and get this is a Y, and we're going to get Z. All right? So let me actually show you what I'm talking about here. So if we divide 4 into 99, okay, we're going to get 4 into 9 is 2, right? And we get a remainder of 1. And 4 into 19 is 4 times, that's 16. And we're going to throw the remainder away, okay? Now what we're going to do is 4 just into 9, because that's our range there. And we get 2. So what we're going to do is subtract the 2 of those and get 22. And if you notice, that's our 22 that we got down here. So that's a lot faster than going through this nasty stuff here. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing with the 7. 7 goes into 9 one time, we throw the remainder away. 7 goes into 99 one time, 2, that's 4. So we get 14, we're going to subtract the 2 of those and get 13. That's the 13 we got over here, okay? And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to multiply 4 by 7 and get 28. So we're going to do 28 into 9, that's 0. And then we're going to do 28 into 99. And 4 is too high, and 3 is good. So we're going to get, actually let's do it, 24, 2. So we're going to 84. So another 28 doesn't work. So we're going to get 3 and throw the remainder away. And that's the 3 we got over here, 1, 2, 3. So we still have the same thing when you get the 35, the 22, right, let's just do it over here. 22 plus 13 minus 3. And we're going to get 32, which was the original answer. Okay, so this is a lot cleaner, a lot less can go wrong. There is a lot of divisions here and a whole bunch of additions, but when you do the risk analysis between the one or the other, there's always a yin-yang that happens on these kind of problems. And I think this is maybe a better way to do it. Now, before you get too carried away with this, remember the question says how many 2-digit numbers are divisible by either 4 or 7. It could also say the opposite of that. How many 2-digit numbers are not divisible by either 4 or 7? The question could also be how many 2-digit numbers are divisible by either by 4 and 7. Okay? This was either or. This would be both. So make a note of what question you're being asked, and I believe this is an easier solution to these kinds of problems. And even though there's about 6 or 9 calculations you have to do, or there's actually about 12, they're at a much more simple level than this. This is simple, but it's just an error-prone process. And I've seen this time and time and time again. I do it myself. This is so simple, I just make errors writing the numbers down and counting them. And the number of times I gave this example to kids doing the Hunter test specifically, they will almost always get the wrong answer. It'll almost always be an off by 1 error. All right? Okay, that's my good deed for the day. I proud Boy Scout. All right? Peace out, bros.